Today I am going to be showing you how to build a creeper farm for Minecraft. This creeper farm can produce up to 2,000 drops per hour and is also expandable too. It doesn't use too many resources and is quite simple to build actually. You're also able to build this in a perimeter too to increase the rates by a lot. So now the item list for this is in the description below and also over here too, so you can easily see it. Now if you want to, you can also make this farm bigger, so you can add more layers or even decrease layers if this is too big for you and you don't have enough resources for it. You can always make one layer and that should be fine anyway. And now if powered rails aren't easy to get a lot of, you can always use some normal rails instead. It will slow down this a little bit, but not by a lot, so it's still fine. Now the collection system could also be changed, so you could easily just have campfires and have hoppers underneath or something, or hopper minecarts. That might be slightly cheaper. I am going to be doing a video in the future with another portal based version of this, which is slightly faster. Now you can also add a shulker loader if you want to. If you don't want to have like a chest system and you want to load it into shulker boxes, and it's a little bit more convenient in my opinion actually if you do that. Now before we get onto the tutorial, I just want to mention that there are timestamps in the description to help you go through the video and kind of locate each part of the video, just in case you need a little bit of help. It's just to help out. And also there's a world download. So if you want to get a world download and check out the farm, instead of having to build it in survival, you can just get a schematic or something like that. Or if you just want to check the farm out. So now before you start building this farm, you're going to want to choose a location. Now location wise, my advice would be to find a flat area. So where I built this farm is a really bad location, like don't build it here. Because there's a mountain over here, which kind of decreases the rates because mobs can spawn up there. So don't do what I did. So build it in like an ocean biome or something like that. Or even just a plains biome over here that's maybe not near a mountain. Like this is quite close to a mountain, but it's probably not too close that it's going to spoil the rates. So don't build it near a mountain. So let's start off by building the storage system. So I'm going to start off over here and build two chests like this. So this is going to be our collection. So I'm going to dig downwards to make it a bit easier. And just placing the chests down here. And you can also dig down here because this is where our hoppers are going to be. So we're going to put some chests here. Now I'm going to make an area down here to make it a little bit easier to place in. And just put some chests in like this. And then some hoppers. And then go on this side and also put some hoppers on this side. And they should all be facing into these four double chests here. Now we're going to get our hoppers and we're going to go around here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. And then to get some composters and place them in on top of these hoppers here. Now we need to leave these hoppers clear so that we can put the rails on top of them. So we're also going to go on this side and do the same. So we're going to dig out this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then some hoppers over here. Then some composters on top of here. A bit like this. And this is to reduce lag. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dig 2 blocks over here. And then some comparators into here. 2 blocks down here and some redstone torches here. A block up here and a block up here. Then 2 redstone repeaters over here. A block over here and here. And then we'll put some powered rail here, and now we're going to put some normal rail over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some more powered rail here. Now what we're going to do to make this normal rail not face into the normal rail that's being placed over here is we're going to put 1 powered rail here. Then some normal rail here. Now I'm going to repeat this step on the other side. So if we go over here and we're going to put a comparator over here, a full block here, some redstone torches, some full blocks up here, and some repeaters over here, and then full blocks on top of here. And then we're going to repeat the same step. So I'm going to make some extra blocks over here, just because we've got a gap here, and then some normal rail and powered rail. Now we're going to put some powered rail here and some normal rail here. I'm going to just leave this like this. So now on this end over here, we're going to start over here and we're going to go 29 rail or powered rail across in this direction. So starting from this powered rail here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now over here, so we've got like an air block over here which we need to remove, so we're going to turn this into full blocks. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So we should have gone 30 blocks from this power rail here all the way to the end here, so this power rail here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place a block here, and then also a block over here. Now we're going to put some power rail all the way back here, so we're going to bring it all the way back. Now we need to put some blocks over here, and then some power rail going all the way back. Now this needs to connect up to the normal rail over here, and then we also need to connect this up to the end. Now we need to power it, so let's get our levers, and we're going to put some levers on this side, and we're just going to power it. So turn these levers on. Now what we can do is we can just find a center point, doesn't matter where, we can just try and power this. So this is not fully powered, so I'm probably going to have to use 2 levers, so a lever here, and then a lever on this end. So it doesn't matter where, as long as all of this rail is powered, then it's fine. And then I'm going to put a lever here, and I'm just going to make this all even, so it looks nice, like this. So just make sure all of this rail is powered. Now I'm going to repeat this step on the other side. Now next we're going to get our buttons, and we're going to be spawn proofing the top of this. And we're also going to do it on this side as well. Then we'll get our magma. Now we're going to be placing this magma in on top of this rail here, so it should look a bit like this. And then we'll go on this side and place it on top of here. Now I'm going to bridge all the way over here until we get to the other side. So you should have magma going all the way up until you get to the end where this power rail is. Now next we're going to get our dirt blocks, which is going to be our temporary blocks. We're going to put a dirt block here, and some building blocks here. Then what we can do is we can go on to the other side, and place a dirt block here, and some building blocks on here. We build up here, and then we're going to be filling this all in. And then once you've done this side, we'll be repeating the same steps on the other side. Now once you've done both sides with the chamber that collects the items, we're going to go over here onto this side, so we're going to start this first bit on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our temporary block and just place it in here, then the glass block on top of here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go across here, and we're going to go to the other end with all this glass. Then get your trapdoors and place them in. You can also close them as well, or we'll need to anyway. Then we'll go on to this side, and what we're going to do is we're going to get our full block, so we're going to go on the edge of this block, and just place a full block here, and then over here. And we can put a temporary block here, a full block here, and then a trapdoor here. Then we're going to go across 1, 2, 3, 4, over on this side, and this is going to be one of our spawning platforms. Now we're going to put some blocks up here, and we're going to put some blocks around here. So we've got this sort of shape right here. Now on this side we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll get our trapdoors, and we're going to go across here, a bit like this, and then a dirt block here, a full block here, and then a dirt block down here, and then a full block here. And then we're going to repeat this. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put some trapdoors. We're going to open these trapdoors, and then put a dirt block here and 2 full blocks like this. So then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then trapdoors, and then another dirt block, some full blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then on this side we can go like this, and over here, and then we're going to go up, and then across. Now I'm going to do this first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across like this, and then we'll just fill this in. But on these parts, what we can do is we can just go across, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, so it matches up with this side as well. Okay, so now we're going to start by filling in the carpet into this. So if we go over here and we're going to put 4 carpets down, a bit like this in this sort of arrangement, and this will stop spiders from spawning. And we need to do this on all the spawning platforms. Then we'll get our buttons, and we're going to be placing them down. So we're just going to be spawn proofing these ends, because mobs can actually still spawn in this area, and that's not good. So now once you've done this side, we're going to move on to the next side. So what we can do to build the next side is we can just put a dirt block over here, and then a full block here, and you can break this dirt block. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can put a trapdoor over here. Then we can put some full blocks here, a dirt block over here, some glass here, we can break this dirt block, and then a trapdoor here. And this step is pretty much exactly the same as just that step, except in the inverse, so it'll be the other way around. So I'm going to put some building blocks here, some buttons over here, and we're just going to repeat this step on this side. Now, as you saw on the mini time lapse, I forgot some trapdoors here, so you should check as well. Just make sure that all of these sides have trapdoors, because if you miss them, you're going to lose a lot of rates. So now next we're going to go over here, and we're going to just put some blocks here. I'm going to be filling all of the middle area in. So make sure all of this is filled in, and this will be where the cat is going to be. Now put one single powered rail here, put a normal rail here, and some powered rail on here. And normal rail here, and then powered rail here. Now click into this block here. You can put a lever onto here, or actually you can put the lever here, and then that block will be spawn proofed. And then put a block here, and then put a lever on top of here. Now I'm going to go underneath, so we're going to bind like the pointer here. So if we go through here, I'm going to just put a lever here, and then go onto this side and put a lever here. You're probably going to have to stack up with some dirt or scaffolding to get to this area here. So now for this next step, you're going to need a cat. So I advise trying to tame a cat from a village or something like that, but you can get a cat quite easily from there. I'm in creative mode, so I can just spawn one in. There you go. Now what I can do is I'm going to be moving it, so it will follow me, hopefully. So it just teleported to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to sit, and I'm going to get some slabs, put some slabs up here, and just push it up. Now I'm going to make it stand, and push the minecart across, and it should be inside the minecart. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this off for now. So now once you've got your cat in place, what we're going to do is we're going to get our dirt blocks. So we're going to put a dirt block here, and we're going to get our trapdoors, so I'm going to put an extra dirt block here to make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to put a trapdoor here, and it has to be facing this direction. And I'm just going to fill this all in, so you have to be shifting to place these in like this. And I'm just going to place this all in. So now once you've built this area here, so the parts with the trapdoors, which is quite annoying to place, you're going to have to decide whether you want more layers or if you're done and you just want to add the roof. So if you're done and you just want to add the roof, then you can move on from the time lapse and you can just go to the roof section in the timestamps. If you want to carry on building extra layers, then I do advise watching this time lapse, which will kind of show me building the rest of the layers. But if you need help with that bit, then you can just go to the world download, or you can just go back into the video and watch the parts where I was building these layers, because you can always just do that with the other layers. So in this time lapse, I'm going to be building 3 different platforms for this farm. So this is where the creepers will spawn. Now for the top one, I'm not actually going to add any trapdoors yet, and that's because it will make it a little bit easier to add them, because when we're putting the slabs on the roof, it will make it slightly easier just to place the trapdoors in. Even though it's not necessary, you can always just place the trapdoors in normally. Now if you need more help with building these platforms, you can go back in the video and I still have the extra bits for the tutorial for those platforms, so you can always just repeat those steps. So now once you've built all your layers, I'm just going to go through a few things. So over here, if you built multiple layers, you're going to want to add an extra few blocks over here. And this is to stop mobs from spawning in these locations. This is only if you're building multiple layers. So next we're going to move on to the roof. So what I've done to make it a little bit easier to just place in these trapdoors is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the slabs on top of this section first and then put the trapdoors in. It just makes it a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. But what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm just going to put some torches inside here. And that will mean that no mobs will spawn inside here while we're putting the slab roof on. It might make it a little bit safer. And I'm also going to do it under here too. And this will help just in case you made any mistakes at the end. So now we're going to start adding in the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a temporary block here and also over here. I'm going to put a slab on top of here, and I'm going to start filling this in, and this will be in the shape of the spawning area, so the mobs will be able to spawn in this section here. So I'm just going to fill this in here. Now if you've done multiple layers like me, I'm going to put the trapdoors in now, and we're just going to put them in on top of these slabs, below the slabs I mean. Now we're then going to go over here, and we're going to place these slabs in here, and we're just going to fill this in. So all we should do is we should go all the way to the end over here, and we're just going to fill this in. And what we can do is we can also go on the other side too. So we can go in here and we can just fill in like a rectangle, and then we can start filling this all in. And you can also fill in the trapdoors as well after you've done this slab roof. So now we're going to get our slabs, and I'm going to go from this end here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a bit like this, and then go on this side and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a bit like this. And this is where our platform's going to be, so we're going to be marking this out. So what we can do is we can go to this side, and we can also go to this side here, like this, and we'll just be filling it in this rectangle. So we're just kind of expanding this rectangle in a way. So we're going to go across here and just make sure it lines up with this, like this. And what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a bit like that. And then we're going to go across here, and I'm going to mark this out on this side, like this. So we're going to be making this platform around that big. So now let's build this roof. So building this roof right now. Now we need this full roof. Instead of just covering it up with like tinted glass or something, with this roof it will actually help with pack spawning, which is used to add additional drops to this farm, and it'll just make the farm a little bit faster in general. Now this roof will also make it dark enough for mobs to spawn inside the chamber, and that will be quite helpful for this farm because we need mobs to spawn in this farm. So now your creeper farm should look a bit like this. So now what we can do is we can do the finishing touches. So under here is kind of its own mob farm in a way. So what we can do to stop this is we can just torch up this area. And look, there's a Halloween zombie. There. Now we can start lighting this up, just to make sure that these annoying spiders, because these spiders are the main culprits, will stop these minecarts. Look, see? Stop one of my hopper minecarts. So we just have to get rid of them, because they're just annoying. And make sure this is really well lit up. You can also light up the area around it. So I've got a mod which allows me to see the range in which mobs can spawn around the player when they're in the AFK spot, which I'll show you where the AFK spot is in a minute. And it's called Mini HUD, and it's really useful. So I advise getting that, just to help you light up the area and make sure that it's all spawn proofed. Once you've torched the underground here all up, you can start removing these torches. So I advise starting from the bottom, and then going to the top. Now if you know this farm is ready and everything like that, then you can start removing these torches. So for some reason, there's a block missing over here, and creepers are somehow ending up here. They must be parkour masters or something like that. So I've just added some blocks over here. It doesn't actually normally happen for some reason. I don't know why it's happening now, but you need some blocks on these ends here. So next we're going to be making the AFK point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an area to scaffold. So I'm going to line this up here and just drop down here. So I'm going to put some scaffolding on here just so I can get up to the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stand on these composters and look at what Y level we're at. So I'm at Y69. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 69 plus 128, which equals 197. So that's what Y level we're going to build up to. So if I go up here and I'm going to put an extra scaffolding here. Now I'm going to go, it doesn't matter exactly if we're in the center, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some scaffolding here. So actually I can just replace this with a block. So actually I want to align this. So I can put a full block here to put some scaffolding. And we're going to go to Y197. Now next we can make a little AFK chamber. You can make any chamber whatsoever. Normally I like to enclose the player to keep them safe from phantoms, but it's not really needed that much. So I'm going to put some glass here and just make like a little dome in a way. Well, not really a dome, but sort of an area where the player can stay. And then some slabs on here. And that will be the AFK point. So when you want to get the optimal rate, so when you want to have lots of gunpowder, you just come up here and you just stand here. Okay, so now I've just AFK'd for around 5 minutes, so let's go see how much is produced. So I'll go down here and we'll drop, and we're going to go through here. Oh, there's lots of creepers dying, which is quite cool. And all of these are on, just want to make sure, because last time I AFK'd this, I forgot to turn these on. Pretty disappointing. So let's go into these chests. I'm expecting around 3 stacks maybe. Yeah, pretty much 3 stacks. That's not bad at all. Well, actually more than 3 stacks. 3 stacks and 1 gunpowder. That's not bad for like 5 minutes. You can make lots of rockets with that. Now this will increase over time, as over here I haven't actually spawn-proofed this mountain that much. So mobs will still spawn on here as well, so I probably got to do that first. So now if you need help with this farm at all, like in any way whatsoever, then make sure to join my Discord server, because I'll be able to help you there, and I've also got lots of other helpers and mods who can help you as well. So do you like honey? If you do, then you're in the right place, because there's a video on the screen right now which is for a honey farm. If you need to build a honey farm, then click on that video, because, and also, you know the YouTuber Good Times at Scar? He actually built that honey farm in Hermitcraft. So if you build that honey farm, you'll be building the same honey farm that Scar used for his waxing business, which is pretty cool.